Book your driving lesson now
at dla-driving.co.uk.
Sponsored by DLA Driving School.
Hello and welcome to Oh When the Town. My name's Dave Gregory. This is what we're going to talk about today. It's the end of the season, a 0-0 draw, another clean sheet, 14 games unbeaten, and the playoffs are beckoning. And we know that this season it's going to be Sunderland, home and away, one step away from Wembley. We're going to be talking about the game very briefly tonight, but we're going to talk more about the podcast. We'll have your 3 reviews, a lot more. And here to discuss it with me, as usual, is Steve and Bataro. How you doing, fellas?
Yeah, lovely, mate. Very good.
Good evening.
What an end for a season. 14 games unbeaten, another clean sheet, and a really, really changed side this afternoon. And I think we did all right. It's not more because, but you've got more time for players that have previously not been in the team. And, 0-0. Could we expect any different?
Yeah, it was exactly what I was expecting it to be. A bit laboured at times, but it was fine. There was no problems. Good to see James Shea out there again. He's just so dependable. He just doesn't let you down. His kicking was great. He's just a calming influence, I think, for the defenders. So really good to see him. I thought Elliot Thorpe put in some really good crosses. Joe sort of put himself about as well. It was fine. It was decent.
So he works hard, that boy, didn't he? Joe Taylor.
Mm.
Yeah, but Tara, would you expected the changes today, given how we've been previously? And we've always had Rob Edwards talk about momentum.
Yes.
But this was a chance to get some of our players game time that haven't had it recently.
Well, of course. Today, if you're going to make changes, today is going to be the day you make the changes. Obviously, you've got a game coming up in 5-6 days' time. So, of course, but 8 changes. I was quite surprised to see 8 changes.
Yeah, mate. I just think he's done it exactly right.
Of course.
We've got to that point now where you've got to wrap them up in cotton wool.
Yes, yeah.
Any injuries today, and we'd have been absolutely screwing about it. So, I think he's done exactly the right thing. Bit more time for Clark, bit of time for Osho, a bit of time for Burke as well. Got Doughty out there as well in decent time.
Mm-hmm. And the fact
it's exactly what I wanted him to do.
And the fact that they kept a clean sheet as well. James Shea deserves it. What a professional he's been for Luton Town over the last 5-6 seasons, or whatever he's been there, probably even longer. But yeah, look,
it was good to see him back in goal. Absolutely, good to see him back in goal. Game time wise though, it's almost showing the depth of our squad that is actually now pretty decent, isn't it? When you look at the players that come back in and you go into yourself, wow. This is still a decent team.
I said to my mate next to us, I said, you see, like the level of the team, i.e. the amount of people missing, that's what we went into the playoffs with last year.
Yeah.
We had no choice.
Scrimping and scraping almost.
Exactly. That was the level that we went into. I thought Fred sort of picked it up. I think he started a little bit slowly, but again, he's probably rusty. But yeah, if you think we've got the whole squad available, more or less everyone up to full fitness, and to say that would have been what we went into the playoffs with last year, we are in so much a better place.
That's not wrong at all. Fred Ogbidima ended up with man of the match, Bataro, and thoroughly deserved, as far as I can see.
This guy. We saw it. He done a little speech in it for us afterwards or whatever, and he had a little debate with obviously the audience and people who were obviously in the room or whatever. Who's the fastest player at Luton? And people were saying Alfred Doughty. And you should have seen his face. And he was like, I'm the fastest player at Luton. This guy.
There's no way I'm having that Doughty's the fastest player.
We know this guy's a tank, don't we? Yeah.
There was one attack in the first half where he ripped down the byline at the Oak Road end. And you expect him to go, mimip. It was proper roadrunner stuff. No one was going to catch him. So, maybe some other players, but not Doughty.
You see, Fred, obviously, like I'm a massive fan of Fred. Like, I think I've made it known before, but a lot of the times we see him off the bench, and you think, okay, like he's a real impact player off the bench. But from the start, if he can form to those levels after not playing so much football, what's he going to be like when he's 100% and he's fully committed and fit? Sorry.
My favourite game from Fred was Forest at home last year. There was him and Amari Bell, and they put a right shift in. Is it Brennan Rodgers?
Johnson.
Yeah, Brendan Johnson.
Yes.
Yeah, the two of them just worked as a unit, and that was absolutely phenomenal the way they played that day. And that's when I thought, right, I know that Fred is absolutely quality. Mm-hmm. Maybe they struggle with consistency with him. There's been injuries, that's why he's in and out.
Yep.
And again, that must be such a hindrance to him. He must be champing at the bit because he's clearly good. There's no doubt about it. But yeah,
can we assume? Sorry, Patari, you want to say that?
No, I was always about to say he's probably the most athletic player we've seen for a long time at our club. Like, he's a good build. He's good for it. But yeah, Dave, go on, carry on.
We're going to briefly talk about the whole game, but not much, because I really want to concentrate on the playoff, because that is thick and fast. It will be with us before we know it. And if we just looked at the game today, it's nothing less than we expected from the team that went out. We had our chances. We had a glorious chance, I think, from Joe Taylor. What a brilliant header. What a great save.
I just couldn't believe it. This just gargantuan hand suddenly just cropped up. And I thought that is it. It's in. Brilliant. But no,
it was a great save.
What's amazing about that is everyone was like, point blank, blah, blah. Because at the time you thought, it was straight at him. It wasn't. He was going down and he put his hand up. It was a really, really good save. Good save.
Good wing play as well for that.
Was it Doughty? Was it with the ball in?
So,
he hammered it across.
Well, he's so fast, isn't he?
There was a couple of opportunities in the first half for Hull. One that sticks in my mind when they broke away, and I'm sad to say that I felt at the time that Sonny probably didn't react very quickly to the ball, but and I ended up hitting the post. It's been sad, that one, I thought, for me.
No, Sonny got the block in, by the way.
He got a block on it. Let's not do any bashing of anyone, because we don't need it.
I'm not bashing anyone.
Yeah, no.
I'm just saying that for me was their chance of the game, and I thought Sonny was a little bit slow to react.
Made up for it.
I feel like he was exposed a lot. I know I always come to his rescue, but I feel like Sonny got exposed a little bit. I feel like he's always the last line of defence as well sometimes.
And the most senior man in defence as well. Yeah. So, I'm not having a go at him at all, because, again, like you, Bataro, although I don't worship him as much as you do, I do like him as a player.
Bataro worships everyone. It's amazing. Yeah.
But no, he did get the tackle in on it, which put it onto the post.
So how nice was it to just go to the game and not be worried by the result, because we were guaranteed third?
I wasn't worried about our result, but the old phone. The phone. It was, Christ, all afternoon.
Stop drinking, Mark.
No, it's all right. It's Beck's Blue. It's okay.
At least it's not Bud Light.
But all afternoon, it's Millwall. Mm-hmm. It's West Brom.
Yeah.
It's Coventry.
Yeah. There was one point where it was West Brom or Coventry, and you're just thinking, well, I'd rather have Coventry than West Brom, but. Let's not touch too much on Millwall, but that was quite funny, wasn't it?
Moderately amusing.
It was.
You're 3-1 up at home, you're in the playoffs, and then you get done 4-3 from a team that hasn't won for weeks.
And a team that hasn't got any goals in them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
For weeks I've been saying Millwall and Blackburn, there's no goals in them. Complete free-for-all.
It was a good game, by the way. It was a good game.
I didn't realise Blackburn's goal difference was that poor that they couldn't even catch. I thought, there must be a point in it.
Minus.
Terrible.
Huddersfield went up with a minus goal difference a few years ago.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. And, at one point we were wishing Blackburn would make it through, but they didn't. Yeah. And so just briefly about today's game, let's not touch too much on the chance of things. Bataro, you and I had a conversation around about half time about the likes of Alan Campbell playing this game and you said, I wonder whether or not they're going to be in contention because they're playing this game for that Sunderland game.
Yeah, no, I mean, Alan Campbell, look, I think he's played the last 2 or 3 games now. Obviously, he rested a lot of players. I mean, Doughty is obviously, he's going to be an automatic starter for us, isn't he? Mm-hmm. Starting 11, whatever else. But no, I mean, look, Jordan Clark, he's come back. I just feel that maybe Campbell might miss out again.
Yeah, if there's a Clark or Campbell scenario, he's going to give it a Clark.
Because it's going to be Pelly, it's going to be in the Campbell, and who's the other role? Who's going to fit the other role? It's going to be, for me, it's going to be Clark. At the moment, it's looking like Clark because he's trying to get minutes into Clark. But look, whatever happens, these players are like, you know, they're real good at this level. And whoever comes in, you know, will do a good job. But for me, Alan Campbell deserves to stay in that team. Maybe for the first leg, or he might play a bit part and over the two. I don't know, but
Campbell will definitely play a part over the 2 legs, probably both of them. And you know, let's say he doesn't start. When he comes on, he's going to be absolutely coiled, and he's just going to give that outrageous energy that the game might need.
From today's team, who do you think is a guaranteed star?
Doughty.
Without exception, he had a couple of brilliant runs today as well.
I think you can't really look at any of them, to be fair, and they're all starters because...
Gabe O'Shea. I think he'll be definite starter if he's fit.
Is he fit enough? That's the question.
Yeah, I think so. I think he will definitely start if it was now.
Yes, if he's fit enough, I agree. If he's fit enough, then he starts as well. But like, I mean, you go through the whole list. I mean, look, Dan Potts, no, obviously Bradley potentially will start, depending on the Osho situation. You look at people like Watson. He probably won't even be in the team. James Shea probably won't even be in the team again.
No.
Like for next week, it's mad.
He would love to start with Lockyer, Osho, and where is he?
Take your time.
Burke.
Bell.
No, the 3. It would be
Bell,
Bell, wouldn't it? Yeah, so Burke isn't going to start. Yeah. So, crikey, yeah. 3 at the back. Well, we've got no prep time. What the hell's going on? But I think Osho will play. Lockyer, Bell.
It is sad to think though, people like Louis Watson, they don't get a look in. He's a really talented footballer, you know.
He is, but he's been out for so long, and I think he'll be happy with just getting some game time in today. But today, I know we didn't want to go on about today for so long, but really a short performance. He wanted the ball. He went to the ball. He got it, passed it on. He's got a good future.
We have to talk about one incident today, and that's our favourite player, Luke Berry.
Can't believe absolute sitter missed it.
For his standard, you're probably right there, to be fair.
But do you know what? He is the one person you would want in that position. And when he hit it, I said, that's in. But he just got it so clean, and it just went
Beautiful.
like a bloody missile, didn't it?
When Berry comes on, you know what you're going to get, don't you? Yeah. You know the sort of player he is.
He's probably the only number 10 that I've ever seen for Luton. I mean, like, obviously you gents are obviously, a bit older than what I am. You've seen a lot more players. No, don't look at me like that. It was respectful, you gentlemen, you know what I mean? But what I'm saying is, Luke Berry is a number 10 who comes on and scores goals, which he's known for, but can also get stuck in and defend as well. As a number 10. Like, what number 10s do you see that do a job of defensively as well as a unit? You get brought on to do a job defensively. You don't see it.
So we saw the defensive side at the previous game, but I just love, like the angles that he creates to receive the ball and to pass it. I've said for quite a few years, he is the most intelligent player at the club.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can agree with you as well on that.
If he had, pace,
we
probably wouldn't. If he had pace, we probably wouldn't have him because he would just be sensational.
It's crazy that he's built like he's not built at all. He's not like you say he's not blessed with pace. He's not blessed with power. But what he's blessed with is a beautiful brain in football knowledge. That can sustain, that will push him on to become a very good player. He is a very good player already, but
if that had gone in today, though, that would have just been absolutely superb. And I was surprised that it didn't because when he hit it, I thought I
think it just missed the bar by about 2 yards, isn't it? A yard.
Be like you.
He has to, something every single week.
Every week he has to do it.
I'm sorry.
It's a new thing. It's a new thing that we got on the podcast.
Like, by the way, people, it's not nothing new because he's been doing this for about the last 15 years. To be fair, he's been bullying me. This is why my life's a wreck.
Gold bullion. Yeah.
And so, even given the day today, given the result, doesn't matter. 0-0, unbeaten again. 14 games unbeaten. Should we fear the playoffs? Should we just be going there super confident, Steve?
If you look at our previous record, yes, but it's totally irrelevant because it's a different group of players. These guys that we've got are so strong mentally, and they're so close as a group, you know. And it's going to be a really hostile first leg. It's going to be hell of an atmosphere. But if we can quiet them, you know, first 20, keep it to 0, or even if we was to get one, you know, that they will get frustrated because they absolutely demand it. It's a really difficult first leg. Probably out of all of the games, that would probably be the most difficult first leg. But I think over 2 legs we've got them.
But Tara, you think about, we're going to have 2,000 supporters there. That's all in with a stadium like 45,000 people. So we're going to be tucked up in that top tier. 2,000 of us. The team are not going to hear us, are they? Unless we're absolutely doing a brilliant job.
I mean, so like you say, it depends on how the game goes. If they start off poorly, you might hear us. I'm sure you'll hear us jumping off the top of the stand if we score as well, to be fair. You'll probably hear a massive thud as well. But
Dear.
but no,
Don't do that, mate, because I'm not taking you home.
But no...
Do you think that we should be frightened by their crowd?
No. What does the crowd mean? The crowd doesn't play football, does it?
We always talk about the
I know
atmosphere.
it gives you a little bit of a kick
listen,
on
we
sometimes.
always talk about the atmosphere at the Kenny, and there's only 10,000 of us at the Kenny. There's 4 times that amount at their place. Do you think that will swing it for them, or do you think we can just cope with it?
I think if we quieten them down and we don't let them play football, I don't think you're going to hear those fans as much as what you think we're going to hear them.
It can give them energy. Okay, you know, that's what we like to think that we do. We give our players extra energy. But, you know, maybe they overhit passes, they make some rash decisions. It won't make a difference for long. You know, I think the first 10, 15, it will settle down. And I really, really think that we'll have the mark of them because they haven't been scoring a lot of goals at home, like Millwall and Blackburn. No,
don't even go there.
They've got no goals in them. But no, I think over the 2 legs we'll be fine. The crowd could be an influence. It could also be a hindrance.
And to be fair, we're also due as well, like, you know, a spot of good fortune, whatever you want to call it.
Well, you was going to say luck there, weren't you?
No, good
Because you don't
fortune.
believe in luck. You nearly said luck.
I didn't actually, to be fair, Dave. Obviously, that one didn't even come through my mind. Oh, there you go, it's gone. But anyway, no, what I'm saying is, after Diallo died for that 1-1 draw,
Oh, yeah.
we deserve something. Like, I think something's going to happen to them that they're not going to like, and it's going to real like, PISS him off. Do you know what I mean? There you go.
Yeah.
Hope your dad's not listening to that.
He can spell though.
You're joking.
Yeah.
Given our playoff history, and we've all been there, we've all been to the finals, we've all been to the semi-finals and had major disappointment. Is it fair to say that we're due that little bit of extra luck? And I don't even want to go the luck thing.
it don't matter. It's
we are
irrelevant.
due
Go on.
to change that curse, aren't we?
We are. Let's just pretend they're Wrexham. The only team that we've won in the in the playoffs is Wrexham throughout our existence. So let's just pretend it's them.
Why do you say that? It's got me thinking now. We shouldn't be frightened by Sunderland, though. Let's be it. The Football League doesn't lie. The table doesn't lie. We finished on 80 points, third. It's important to go up there, Batara, and not lose, right?
Of course, if you lose, you've got to put yourself out there and you've got to go on the front foot, literally from early doors, say. But like you say, I think if you keep them quiet, like say for 20, 30 minutes, you frustrate them, the crowd quietens a little bit. If you get to the second half, I think they have to chase a little bit because they know they're going to come to Luton and it's not going to be plain sailing. It's going to be completely opposite way round. And I think from a mentality point of view as well, from our point of view, it's not going to be like that for them. And they're going to have to do something. And look, if we can get into the break at 0-0, or even hopefully 1-0 up, that'd be great. But you just cannot concede early to them because you need to frustrate the crowd as much as possible, and you need to play on that.
A 1-goal deficit is not the end of the world. Okay, it really isn't the end of the world.
It's not nice though. But it's not the end
and
of the
dare
world.
I say it, Tony Mowbray, the king of hashtag teams like Luton, he said earlier, Luton is a hell of a place to have to go to to get a result. So my goodness, a bit of respect, a bit of acknowledgement from
About
you know
time.
from the king of the hashtag
Yes.
teams like Luton. But no, so we shouldn't be fearful of it at all.
So let's just imagine a scenario where we don't win the first leg, and it should hopefully only be like we shouldn't lose by more than one. Then we have a great chance at Kenny to pick that up. But if it's 2 or 3, we're in a different place.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, 3 is a big ask. 2 is achievable, but these ties can turn so quickly. You know, you can get 2 goals in no time at all. It can turn so quickly. So, yeah, let's not talk about 2 or 3 goal defeats. You know,
Well, I'm just putting it out there. You know, there are scenarios that I sort of go quietly confident to Sunderland. We've performed well against them.
should have won there in the season.
We should have won there,
Yeah.
definitely. And our squad will be totally up for it. They want to finish this job. They didn't want to finish third. They want to finish second.
Yeah.
And they want to finish the job. I know we're all asking the same question, but can we push it over the line, Bataro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So I don't know. What else should we say? No. Of course we can.
Well,
Of course we can. Sorry, not wasn't be rude, but yeah, no, of course we can, Dave.
it's all about for me. I've been to so many playoffs. I've been to so many games where it hasn't worked out. But this time, I just feel
Yes.
that we're on a bit of a roll, Steve.
This time more than any other time.
Yeah, this time.
Okay.
We'll get it right.
Yeah, we'll find a way. I don't know. I don't know.
Bataro, just join in.
No, I know. I'm not even getting involved in that. I know exactly what you're on about, but yeah.
We're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. Say it'll be hostile. It'll be noisy, and really the players we've got, they're so strong mentally. They're not going to give a flying one. We're gonna. There'll be a bit of shit housing. You know, Lockyer is going to be
Sorry, what housing?
Lockyer is going to be in his absolute element. He's gonna love it. People like him, they're gonna revel in this.
This could be a chance for a lot of players who have dreamt of being Premier League players to actually make that extra step without the need to be transferred or picked up.
Yeah.
There's no way they're not going to go for it, is there?
Well, like you say, go for it. Yeah, but I think we're that as a team. We're intelligent. We're not. Look, I mean, for example, this is not a disrespect to Sunderland. Like in comparison, obviously, you look over the season, we've gained a lot more points and whatever else. Played a lot better football, but they've got 3 or 4 players that can really hurt us. But I feel like we have more intelligent players overall. I think we've got 11 heads on the pitch that are intelligent. We've got a whole squad of 25 players that are intelligent.
We can get goals from right across though.
Yeah.
Bell can score. Well, any of the defenders can get goals. Midfield, we could get goals from anywhere.
I'll be honest. I'm not. Of course, I'll be lying to say I'm not nervous. I'm more excited than I am nervous about it. To be fair,
It's a shocking experience until it's finished, and hopefully you've won. I've spoken in previous episodes about my fearful eyes.
Well, you'll be wearing those. You'll be wearing those on Saturday.
I look like a frog. It's been like that. Oh my God!
We've had enough semi-final despair, so I'm genuinely hopeful that we don't have that going forward. So let's move away from our own tie and then look at the other one. Because, it's Middlesbrough versus Coventry. Now, for me, Coventry on a big role. Borough not on such a good thing. I think they put out a very strong team today as well.
who did? Sorry, Borough. Oh, did they?
Yeah, I think so.
Are you sure he did? Because their fans probably say, that's probably
Well, I don't really-
12 changes. No, I'm
To be honest, I don't really care.
No.
But I would
We
say,
don't care. No, of course we
so
don't.
Borough fans are expecting to roll up, aren't they, and turn Coventry over.
Are they now, though? That's the question. Are they now?
That-
Have they been humbled? Have they been
No,
made to look like...
their fans will turn up expecting it, because I think there's
They're fools then.
I think there's a level of eliteness, maybe.
Is it ignorance, arrogance, ignorance?
Call it
maybe?
what you want, mate. It could be any of those things. But I think Coventry are on a real head of steam.
Yes.
Say they've got goals in them, and Middlesbrough have rested a couple of players. They've had some injuries. They've they had players sent off for Rotherham. So I don't think the last few games have gone how they would have chosen them to go. You know, and I'm not saying that they've had a disaster, but on that, when it doesn't go the way you choose it to go, you can't just suddenly put your foot back on the accelerator and be up to 100%, you know, and that's why it's a little bit intriguing, you know, about the changes that we made today. I think it was right to make those changes to protect those players.
No, I agree.
You know, because I think we've had that momentum right up to this point, and then he's probably thought, right, that's enough momentum. Now I need to protect these guys.
If we were to look at the table before the game started today and see who was in contention for the playoffs, West Brom, Millwall, Blackburn-ish, Sunderland and Coventry, if you had to pick from those that actually qualified, do we have the best draw as opposed... Because I think Coventry on a run.
Coventry are great. Like I said, obviously, I think I banged on to you all season, Dave, especially. For me, Coventry are a really, really tough side, good side. And I respect what they've done as well, to be fair. As a club, as a unit, the manager, Mark Robbins, they have done fantastically well. And do you know what? I could applaud them right now. They have been great. And I respect that. Maybe similar to us in a way, would you say?
Maybe. Thinking about Sunderland, do you think that this is a little bit unexpected for them? That this is a bonus and therefore they can go into it with a certain level of freedom?
This is what, I was.
It's almost like we bounce through one division. Can they bounce through to the Premier League?
Yeah.
I mean, they're there. They're going to have a great time.
Yeah.
And you know, they go under no illusions. They now feel they're 2 games away from the final.
Yeah.
As do we, as do the other 2 in the teams. But I feel personally that it's our time. I genuinely feel that we're gonna. It's our time.
Yeah.
I'll be 100% gutted if we don't make Wembley. At the very least, we don't make.
I'll
Wembley.
be honest. I'll be gutted if we don't get promoted this season because I feel like we deserve it. I feel like if we don't get promoted this season, next season might not be as comfortable as what we've seen in previous.
I was going to say
years.
you worry about what might happen with a couple
Yes.
of the players in the squad. You know, they're going to get snaffled up.
Whatever happens, squads always change at close season, and you know we're on a roll. We'll get rid of some players. We'll get some new people in, and you know the players that have helped us, we thank them for it. If you had to think about the final, and I don't want to preempt the final, but out of Borough and Coventry, who would you rather face?
I don't like these questions. I'll be honest.
Well, I'll just ask the question. So you've got a 50-50 answer.
I think Coventry. I think
if Borough, personally, if I think Borough gets a final, they think they're going to win it.
I'll be honest. Like I said, I don't like these questions, but I'd probably take Borough right now. I feel like Coventry on such a run right now. Like I said, I heard someone earlier say they're unbeaten in about 16, 17 games or whatever. I mean, I'm not, like I said, I haven't confirmed that that's true, but it probably does make sense if it is true.
they are going well, undoubtedly.
They frighten me.
Undoubtedly, yeah. I think
Borough don't.
I think Middlesbrough have had a tougher time over the last few games. Maybe they haven't navigated it as well as they would want to, or things have happened.
Maybe they've been sussed out.
I don't know. Yeah.
Time will tell. So should we be worried about the final? Should we be worried about getting to the final? Are we going to be relaxed, or are we looking a little bit?
No one's relaxed, Dave. No one's relaxed. Of course we're fearful. We're always fearful. I mean, I always think to myself, like, can we just stay with this moment for the next however long? Like, because if we do lose, I don't want it to be real. We don't want it to be real. At least we know we're in the shout to get promoted still. Just stay with this for a while, but it's not possible. But look, I just think that we deserve it, so we're going to do it.
We've done so well.
Yeah.
You know, we've overachieved so wonderfully according to everyone else. These players that we've assembled are really strong mentally, and I do think it's our time. I really do, and I think we're gonna do it.
So before we finish, I'd like to just make one other observation. Our manager, Mr. Robbie Edwards, how amazing has he been since he's arrived at the club?
He is as tremendous as he is handsome. So, sorry, Batara, that's stolen your thunder.
No, not at all, mate.
Yeah, you both got a man crush on him. I know you have.
He would like both of us. But no, he...
I'm younger.
Our play is enhanced. You know, there's more patience, there's more passing. And, yeah, you know, we done great under Jones, but he's evolved it on another level. And, you know, for me, people like Bell... massively flourished under him. He's just gone up such a level. I think Pelly has, and several other players. So I think him and the coaches, faultless so far.
Yeah, I agree. Do you think a thing with obviously Rob Edwards compared to Nathan? I don't want to compare. It's not really fair to do that, obviously. But what I would say about it's like flourishing players underneath, sounds a bit weird. Under Rob Edwards, sorry.
Yeah,
yeah.
You're making your own jokes up now, Batara. Go
it's
on
not
with
even that. It's because whatever. Anyway, cool. But like we say, players like flourish under Rob Edwards because of the aura he gives off. He gives people a confidence. He's always he's like a smiling, happy guy. Nathan Jones wasn't as. He was more drilled, would you say?
Yeah, I think there's some personality there, but I also just think it's maybe a freedom that he's given them with the play. You know, he's encouraged them to be brave and express themselves, whereas maybe Nathan wanted it a little bit more regimented. There's more of a flair that he's encouraged, and several players have taken that step up.
So we haven't got long to wait. The playoffs are there. They're right on top of us. I cannot wait. I hope you get your tickets. Hopefully see you at Sunderland. I think we've said enough. We'll see you post-Sunderland game, pre-Sunderland game. We'll do a post-pre one between them. And then hopefully we'll do a post and pre-final. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. If you've got any comments to make, please leave them on YouTube or below on our social medias. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you again soon.
Go on, Tom.
Come on.